Jerusalem, 2019. Israeli archaeologist Dr. Moshe Kagan was excavating at Tel Es-Sakan near the Gaza border when his shovel hit something hard. It was a ceramic fragment with ancient Hebrew inscriptions. As he translated, his hands trembled. It read something that would forever change his understanding of this small strip of land. Here, where blood never dries, Abraham's tears still echo. That discovery wasn't in history books. Buried for millennia, it waited to reveal why Gaza carries a curse that spans centuries. There's a place on Earth where war never ends, a 365 square kilometer piece of land that's seen more bloodshed than anywhere else. Newspapers talk of Gaza as a modern political issue, but they don't know the truth. Gaza bears a mark, a curse that began 4,000 years ago, recorded in the Bible's darkest pages. Today, I'll reveal the 7 secrets that explain why this small strip of land became the epicenter of an endless war. Close your eyes and imagine. The hot desert air blows over a young land. We're in Noah's time, after the flood. Here, on this Mediterranean coastal strip, something terrible happened that sealed this region's fate forever. Genesis 10 tells us Ham, Noah's son, fathered Canaan. Canaan's descendants settled where Gaza is today. Why does this matter? Because Noah cursed Canaan. Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be to his brothers. Dr. Kagan found evidence that Gaza's earliest inhabitants practiced war rituals since 2000 BC. Excavations revealed buried weapons, as if each generation prepared for the next conflict. It's as if the land whispered, "Here, peace will never last." Each archaeological layer tells the same story: build, war, destroy, rebuild. An endless cycle that began with this ancient curse. The first secret leads to the second, even more terrifying. Imagine walking a land where inhabitants were so large you'd feel like an ant. Gaza wasn't home to ordinary people. It was the territory of the Anakim, descendants of Anak, a race of giants that terrorized the Middle East. Numbers 13-33 records the spies sent by Moses. We saw giants, sons of Anak. We were like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and so we were in theirs. But here's a detail few know. When the Israelites conquered the Promised Land, they eliminated giants from nearly everywhere, except 3 cities. Gaza was one. Joshua 11:22 confirms, no Anakim remained in Israel's land, only in Gaza, Gath, and Ashdod. Why did God allow giants to remain in Gaza? Some theologians believe it was to keep Gaza as a thorn in Israel's flesh, a reminder that the spiritual battle would never end here. Archaeologists found abnormally large skeletons in Gaza, bones that defy modern science, as if the land's very genetics were marked by war and the supernatural. But the third secret is a story of love, betrayal, and death that forever sealed Gaza's bloody fate. Gaza isn't just a stage for war. It's a stage for betrayal, love, and death. No story illustrates this better than Samson's. Samson, the strongest man ever, had his end tied to this cursed land. He loved a woman from Gaza. Judges 16:1 says, Samson went to Gaza, saw a prostitute there, and went into her. But Gaza seduced him in a way his supernatural strength couldn't resist. There, Delilah betrayed him. There they cut his hair. There they gouged out his eyes. And there he died, collapsing Dagon's temple on over 3,000 Philistines. Here's a secret. Samson killed more in his death than in his life. Judges 16:30 records his last words, "Let me die with the Philistines." It's found evidence of a massive structural collapse in ancient Gaza, dated to Samson's time. Broken pillars, crushed bodies, a tragedy that forever changed Gaza's spiritual geography. Gaza learned it could destroy even God's strongest man through seduction and betrayal. That lesson was never forgotten. The fourth secret is a prophecy shouted 2,800 years ago that sounds like it was written yesterday. Some secrets are whispered, others are shouted by prophets. Amos, a simple shepherd, received a devastating vision about Gaza. Amos 1:6-7 says, "For 3 transgressions of Gaza, and for 4, I will not revoke the punishment, because they carried off whole communities to hand them over to Edom. I will send fire on Gaza's walls, and it will consume her fortresses." What does 3 transgressions and 4 mean? It's a Hebrew phrase meaning the measure is full, God's patience has ended. Gaza had crossed all limits. Their sin, they captured entire peoples and sold them as slaves to Edom. Gaza was the ancient world's human trafficking hub. Amos' prophecy was fulfilled literally. Nebuchadnezzar destroyed Gaza as foretold, but the curse didn't stop there. Every century, new conquerors came. Alexander the Great, Romans, Arabs, Turks, and even today, Gaza never learns. Each generation repeats the same mistakes, as if the land is doomed to relive its ancient sins. The fifth secret will chill your spine. Gaza isn't just a city, it's a gateway between the physical and spiritual worlds. Ezekiel 28 speaks of the king of Tyre, but its supernatural details suggest something greater, a fallen cherub. You were the anointed cherub who covers. I established you. You were on God's holy mountain, walking among fiery stones. Why does this relate to Gaza? It was one of the 5 Philistine cities, each guarded by a fallen cherub. Archaeologists found artifacts in Gaza that shouldn't exist. Impossible technologies, knowledge beyond the ancient world. They found tunnels leading nowhere, descending deep into the earth and stopping as if they were portals. Some archaeologists refused to enter these tunnels after what they saw. Gaza is a battlefield between heaven and hell. The sixth secret ties Gaza to the first murder in history, Cain's killing of Abel. Genesis 4:16 says Cain dwelt in Nod, east of Eden. Biblical historians suggest Nod extended to Gaza's coastal region. Cain was cursed to be a fugitive and wanderer. Gaza has always been a land of refugees, stateless people, fugitives. God placed a mark on Cain so no one would kill him. Genesis 4:15, the Lord put a mark on Cain, lest anyone finding him should kill him. Gaza carries that same mark. Attacked, bombed, besieged through history, Gaza always survives, as if protected by a supernatural force. Locals report strange dreams of a marked man walking Gaza's streets at night, lamenting a distant deed. The final secret is the most chilling. Gaza is fulfilling a prophecy that signals the end times. Zephaniah 2:4 declares, Gaza will be abandoned, and Ashdod driven out. Ekron will be uprooted. Zechariah 9:5, Gaza will see it and fear. Her king will perish, and Gaza will be uninhabited. Jesus hinted in Luke 21:24, Jerusalem will be trampled by Gentiles until their times are fulfilled. Gaza is God's prophetic clock. While it's in conflict, the times of the Gentiles are not yet complete. Dr. Kagan's final discovery was a date on the ceramic fragment, not ancient but future, pointing to our generation. Dr. Eilat Mazar said, Gaza is one of the richest yet most dangerous archaeological sites, revealing secrets some wish stayed buried. The night before publishing his find, Dr. Kagan dreamed of Gaza as a garden, with children playing amid peace. He awoke with tears and certainty. Gaza isn't cursed forever. It's being prepared for something grand. Gaza's truth isn't just war, it's redemption. God can transform the most cursed place into his greatest glory. These 7 secrets are warnings, invitations, prophecies unfolding. Gaza remains the world's spiritual epicenter. If this touched you, comment what impacted you most. Do you believe Gaza will stage God's greatest power? Subscribe for more biblical secrets. Share this video. God is weaving a redemption story that will shock the world.